were computer scientists. Facebook, Zuckerberg was an engineer. LinkedIn, the founders were engineers. Right? All the success, right? Genentech, the guy, the surgeon, he was a biochemist, right? At Berkeley or Stanford, one of those. Right? A lot of the CRISPR technologies and genetics started by medical professionals in their field.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. And my sense is that's important when you're innovating, because you need to have that passion, and versus if you're a steady state business, it probably makes it slightly different. So what I'm trying to do is, in my mind, think of the org model. If you want an innovative if they're leading edge culture to do breakthrough stuff, then you need technical competency. You need a leader who gets that technical competency. You need a very unconstrained environment and a way of work that engenders and fosters that person to pursue whatever line of thinking or hypothesis that they're doing to get to the answer, versus if you try to do that in a Ford or a GM or any traditional organization, the narrative you articulated of approval after approval just kills that spirit, and you'll never get it happening.
Yeah, and part of the reason you have that approval upon approval is that no one really knows what they're doing at the upper levels, so they can't really make a decision. A strong technical leader will be able to say, yeah, this is a good thing, go pursue it, but then after seeing if it works or not, they can say, continue on or don't continue on. If that person is not technical and it fails for the first month, should they let the project keep going? They have no clue. All they know is that it failed, but maybe they're like a week away from success. A good technical leader will understand, did it fail because it's not going anywhere, or did it fail because this is part of the development process? And they will be able to guide the failures to it, and then they will be able to help with the direction, right? Both from a management point of view, but also from like a scientific point of view. So when my employees come to me and say, this doesn't work or that doesn't work, I can say either drop it, or I can say, well, perhaps if you fix this, the rest of it will fall in place. If I wasn't technical, I wouldn't be able to give that answer. All I would see is, they didn't execute. Do I reduce their bonus? And, well, maybe they came up with something that's really brilliant and it's just 3 meters off. And that's why when the technical leader leaves, eventually the rest of the team leaves as well, because it would be hard, right?
Let me describe a flip side too. So it's actually, it's not a flip side. So, and this is why, I guess, if you have a traditional technical leader and you have underneath that traditional technical leader people who want to work agile, or want to do DevOps and want to do all the new age things, it will never succeed because of that one technical leader, or that leader who doesn't get it. Because that's what we're saying. You're talking about a leader who doesn't quite get the topic matter and the subject matter, and hence therefore has an aversion to it, or just makes the wrong judgment call because they don't understand the life cycle of the development.
Yeah, look, so, I mean, you mentioned things like DevOps, which is one part of IT, but there's also data engineering and data science, and there's front-end and UI, UX, and all, and you're never going to find a technical leader that's strong in all of it. But you will find a technical leader that's strong in one and has a firm grip in the rest. And again, I come back to the medical example. You could be a heart surgeon and an expert at heart surgery, but, you also are typically a fairly decent doctor in general, right? Medical doctor, I should say, in general, and can help and understands the problem, right? Just like if you're an expert physicist and your expert is in, nuclear physics, but you also understand Newtonian mechanics and fluid motion and all this other type of stuff, right? But, you're not going to have the director of CERN that's, leading this, massive operation on a hydrogen collider be someone that whose graduate work was in, history. History is super useful, right? And if you're running to lead a country, perhaps it should be a history thing. But for CERN, it's always a technical person. The question is why? Because those are the people that can lead the teams and know where they're going.
Yep. Understand. Hey, just